Alright guys, before we begin this video, I just want to give a quick little shout out to World Harvest. So World Harvest is basically a nonprofit organization that specializes in providing sustainable living for underdeveloped families, particularly children. These are like families from developing nations such as India, most parts of Africa, Middle East, of course Indonesia. But so basically what they do is like, you know, as I said, they build sustainable living for these underdeveloped families. That includes like schools, medical health, food, and all that stuff. These are like families that are living off of possibly even less than $1 a day, and they have this program in which you can sponsor a child there and donate like $30 in 1 month, practically pretty much $1 a day. Every little of those $1 things, you know, they help so much for these families so that they'll be able to like get food, of course, like put them through schools, help them get educated, you know, just help them live a better life. Right now they have this program called No Child Forgotten. So they got a t-shirt up. They cost like $25 each, and of course all the proceeds go towards funding this organization to like, you know, help better like education, get them through like better education and overall sustainable living. I'm gonna link you guys their website down in the description box below if you want to find out more about this program or World Harvest in general. I just think that this is a very legit organization. I mean, so many nonprofit organizations these days that aren't exactly like nonprofit, but these guys are legit. The founders of this organization are also the founders of my church, so it would be really cool if you guys you know, give this website a look, and like I said, you know, every little helps. So on that note, on to the video.
Just the funk, we got a beat going on.
Hey everybody, Daniel here again, and ooh, what's this? You're happy all of a sudden. Yep, I'm definitely feeling a lot better now after what went down like last week. But the reason why I'm doing this right now is because I'm gonna introduce y'all to a new series, kinda, and let's hope I can keep this going. Says the person who was only able to keep one series going out of the two he's had, and the second one is probably dead right now. Yeah, I'm guilty for it. Anywho, so this series is called Movies with Dan. If you guys can come up with a better name, I would highly appreciate that, but Movies with Dan would probably be the working title for it right now. But basically, as the title suggests, I mean, I'm just going to be talking about movies I've seen, providing a spoiler-free mini review thing for y'all right now. And, oh dear, in this episode, I never thought I'd be saying this, we're going to be talking about The Fate of the Furious. Yeah, I actually saw it. In spite of me being very vocal on social media that I will never see it, nor will I ever support this company for dishonoring Paul Walker's legacy and just turning Fast and Furious into a ridiculous action-loaded franchise bonanza. Freaking Ocean's 11 meets Expendables thing with cars occasionally. But yeah, case in point, I was very vocal about where the series is going and wasn't too big a fan of it. Heck, coming into this movie, I was ready to laugh my butt off and just cringe at the amount of ridiculous action sequences that was there, and I was really going to. And yeah, there were some moments in which I kind of cringed at and I was like, why is it there? And what are you doing? Like, ugh. There are some pretty cringy moments, I will say that. But to be honest with you, was The Fate of the Furious garbage? No, it was actually pretty good. Yeah, Fate of the Furious, it wasn't as crappy as I thought it was gonna be. It was actually quite alright. Wouldn't say it's one of my favorite movies of this year. Not even close. Well, it kind of is, but you know, it's still not Oscar material. It's still not like, it's really meant to be more of a spectacle. I guess right now all I can do is just like take it as it is, and you'll be fine. And it was actually a really, really good kind of spectacle, albeit one with a pretty heavy emphasis on story from what I saw. I'm gonna try to keep this as spoiler free as possible. Yeah, as I said, like, I'm not gonna ruin the movie for y'all. Although if I might ruin the movie, I might cut some parts out, or y'all can let me know down in the comment section below and all that shit. But anywho, so let's talk about that scene in Cuba where Dom was, and he was like racing against this dude in like a black Chevy Bel Air looking thing. I kind of forgot what that car is called, but it is like an old 50s, like late 50s Chevy or GM product or somewhere along those lines. The other day I saw the episode of Top Gear where they went to Cuba, where they talked about, like, you know, where they covered a lot of the Cuban car culture there. And looking at the Fate of the Furious, I mean, let's not forget Cuba was part of, like, was communistville for a long time, ever since freaking Fidel Castro. Yeah, don't know why I decided to go off into a tangent and a freaking history lesson there, but case in point, they never really had newer cars, and if they were going to bring in new cars, they would be ridiculously expensive. So basically, a little short rundown, very brief rundown of like the Cuban car culture. So what they did is like take like late 50s or earlier cars, whether it's from the States or wherever, and just modernize them. It's pretty much like resto modding. It's pretty much like resto modding before resto modding was actually cool. Again, it was a very developing nation. But just stuff that they could do to these cars, especially like once they did like full on builds and stuff, like super clean builds, they do them really well. Okay, besides the pretty girls and like the dancing girls and all, I think they represent the Cuban car culture pretty darn well. There's a scene when they talked about, like, you know, collecting parts from like different kinds of cars and just like making sure that everything like works together really well. It's a very DIY centered car scene over there, and I think Fate of the Furious did pretty darn well. And that opening race sequence, I was ready to just like look at the clock. Okay, it's over. I know it's gonna be over in like 15 seconds and all, but that race lasted a lot longer than I was expecting. There were some pretty cool moments in that race too, I thought, and especially like once you get to the end. Again, I'm not gonna go too into details. Just see it for yourself if you got time or if you're motivated to do it. Overall, that scene, I really liked it. I enjoyed it. So yeah. Other things to note. Oh, Charlize Theron's character. Possibly the best bad guy in the Fast and Furious franchise, in the Fast and Furious series, bar none. I love it when bad guys psychologically test like the good guys, or just making sure like all the odds are completely against the good guys. And I'd say, yeah, again, this is another topic like that I'm going to say for later on, but her character was legit testing Dom like psychologically, just playing mind games with him. And I really like that, you know, playing with his head element thing in the movie, and it kind of kept me going. It really kept me interested. And at the same time, you know, with her playing with Dom's head, I mean, she was also kind of playing with the team's head, or should I say the family's head. But, you know, it's something that they did really well, I thought. And I never thought I actually enjoy, like, because you see, when it comes to like building a bad guy, you really like want them to like completely torture the good guys, like play with their heads, or just completely throw out the odds against the good guys, just so the payoff will be very rewarding. And once the good guys finally beat the bad guys, then it's going to be a very rewarding ending. And I'd say they did it pretty well with this. Again, it's not the best, but I really did like it. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, props to Charlize Theron's character, and props to Charlize Theron herself. I mean, she legit nailed it. Probably a star of the movie, like star of the show, bar none. Well, let's before we move on to anything else, I just want to like say a lot of the quips I have like against this film. Some of the issues I had. Well, of course, it's a Fast and Furious movie. It's gonna be like a cheesy ass. It's a cheesy action movie now, whether you like it or not. Back in my days, Fast and Furious was about street racing. I just kept that in my mind. But okay, it wasn't necessarily about street racing, but it had a lot of focus and an emphasis on the car scene. And seeing that emphasis just gradually like get, the emphasis getting smaller and smaller as each with the more recent movies. It is kind of depressing for me, but I feel like after seeing this, my faith is kind of restored a little bit. But anywho, I was rambling. Why? So quips I have. Well, that scene where she was like controlling all these cars in New York City, I still think that was ridiculous. I mostly like was turned off all the way throughout. Like, what are you doing? Come on. I just want to see like Dom gets the job done. He probably would have been able to get the job done without her help anyways, one way or another. You can kind of see why it had to be there, but it was still ridiculous. My mind was already away from it. And I was like, why are you doing this? I want to see Dom probably like wreaking havoc across New York City and not do anything else. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm doing, trying to keep it spoiler free. All right. There you go. I stopped myself. Another problem I have with the movie is just freaking Roman Pierce. He was mostly annoying throughout. Like, okay, some of it's a little funny, but all right, I know you're supposed to be like this large-mouthed dude, but some of your jokes are getting old. Just shut up, okay? Oh, now I just remembered, like, some of the indirect references to, like, Paul Walker to make sure that we don't forget him. Just stop, please. We won't forget Paul Walker, all right? We never will. We're Fast and Furious fans. Stop reminding us. Come on. Let that shit die already. Please. Stop cashing on Paul Walker's death. I mean, it's already over. So yeah, there you go. Oh wait, that also reminds me, I also have another quip. Yeah, the emphasis on cars. If you're looking for like some emphasis on, like a pretty huge ass emphasis on cars, don't get your hopes up high, because whilst I like the selection of cars, they just didn't really have a lot of screen time. I mean, it was pretty predictable. I mean, they were only there for like a couple of minutes and just, and after that, they all get destroyed. Like, pretty much, cut the long story short, don't expect to see the cars in the New York scene for long. Just don't, because yeah, they'll be gone. They'll just be gone. And as far as the ice scene, the cars had a pretty good amount of screen time within like the ice, like the Iceland looking place, like the Siberia, Russia scene. Like, okay, I'm stereotyping, forget about it, but during that scene, they had a pretty good amount of screen time, which they got quite a bit more screen time than I thought, so that was good. But don't expect to see a lot of like screen time for a lot of these cars. A lot of them are already like out of my memories. I mean, it's cool that they're there. It's cool that they're still they still have that good amount of focus on JDMs like Subarus and all. But yeah, again, don't expect to see a lot. Just they're there. So yeah, don't get your hopes up too high. I guess we're just gonna have to like kind of live with the transition that the Fast series is going. They're still gonna have cars, just probably not much of them. So it's gonna be something that's gonna be really hard for a hardcore Fast and Furious fan like myself, who grew up with the original movies. It's gonna be a hard ass pill for me to swallow, but I guess over time I'll get over it. We'll see. Anywho, other good things. Yeah, let's just move on to some more good things about the movie, because, like I said, it was a lot better than I expected it to be. And again, I just love how they were just playing mind games, and some of the action, albeit some sequences were pretty OTT and turned me way off completely. It wasn't as OTT as the trailers made it out to be. Some of the action sequences actually looked pretty cool, and some of them I actually really did enjoy. So, and especially the fight scenes, like anything involving like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, or I like to call him The Rock because WWE guy. But any scene involving him, as long as it's not that ridiculous torpedo scene. Well, it's not actually explored because it's seen in the trailer, but besides that, his scenes were actually pretty darn cool and got me hooked. And Jason Statham's character had more than enough time to shine, so that's really cool indeed. And yeah, there were a lot of like unexpected moments that I never thought would actually happen in the movie. It was a lot more unpredictable than I thought. And the build-up, okay, the ending, it's gonna be predictable, but the build-up to the actual ending was actually really good and made the payoff so well worth it. And I really wasn't expecting that. And there were just some moments that, heck, there was like one particular moment, and I think some people are just gonna get like, some people are just gonna, it's just gonna be like, whoa, like, okay, that happened. It's just one of those moments that I never thought that would actually happen. Like, he's not gonna do it, he's not gonna do it. I was like, holy crap, he actually did it. All right, yeah, there's some moment there, I mean, even then I still couldn't get that image off my head. Again, I'm not gonna tell you what it is, just go see the movie. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. But it also goes back to the whole Charlize Theron's character just psychologically testing Dominic Toretto to the limits. And Dominic Toretto, he was legit tested to the limits, and that's what I want to see. You know, as I said, that's what I really want to see. Bad guys testing the good guys to the absolute limits. And I never really seen this side of Dominic Toretto before. So that's really cool. I've never really seen this side of like Letty that much before. And I thought Letty was just going to be another cliche, but she really wasn't a cliche. I mean, Michelle Rodriguez did, I mean, again, she did a pretty good job. Probably her best performances yet, like in the Fast series. Again, alongside the first one. But a lot of the scenes she was in, she had enough time to shine, and I really like that. And I'll also say Natalie Emmanuel, she's kind of grown on me. It's not a standout movie by any means. It's really more of a spectacle. But in this case, it was a really good spectacle, and I enjoyed it. Yeah, overall, Fate of the Furious, it was way better than I expected. Not a standout by any means, but fairly enjoyable. Out of 10, I would definitely give it a 7.5. Maybe 8 over time. Yeah, maybe 8 over time, probably when I see it again, or like over time as the months go by, when I do get to see it again. Yeah, over time I'll probably give it an 8. But for now, as it stands, 7.5, like 7.5. Yeah, there you go. So, yep, that wraps up my review of The Fate of the Furious, and that also wraps up the very inaugural episode of Movies with Dan. So yeah, let me know what movies you guys want me to review, and also, if you have seen Fate of the Furious, let me know down in the comment section below what you think of it. Like, what you think of the direction the Fast and Furious movies are going. I mean, after seeing it, do you feel like the movies are in good hands, or you're just like, ew, just no, none of this action crap, go back to street racing? And before I end this, I mean, as much as I really want to see him go back to street racing, I mean, who wouldn't? I really, really want to see him go, like, have much more of an emphasis on street racing. I can kind of see why they want to go this route. And I think, like, between this, 5, 6, and 7, this is probably, in my opinion, the best Fast and Furious movie of, like, the modern era for, like, the last 6 years. Yeah, best Fast and Furious movie of the last 6 years. Definitely will not hold a candle to definitely will not hold a candle to all the older movies, but as far as like Fast and Furious movies that are more action focused, this is pretty good. But yeah, again, just let me know that down in the comment section below, and try to keep it as spoiler free as you can, guys. Like, seriously. And if you want to add spoilers, just let everyone say you've been warned. But try to keep it as spoiler free. All right. So yeah, that'll be all. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to see more. And yeah, see y'all in the next one. Bye.